But it's really gross when people like Gisticle, whose information I hope I can find soon.
What are you doing? You're coming on here and you're like, I hope I could find someone's docs. Does it make you feel like a strong man when you try to weaponize your position as a content creator to try to bully other people into silence? How many videos have you made about other topics and content creators? How much have you harped and obsessed on other people?
Because I'm one of the only people who will come out if somebody's actually getting dogpiled. And I came out for Chud.
I came out for Chud Logic. And guys, the only time that I come out for somebody is when I think that there's a reasonable chance that they will reciprocate, because every one of my movements is transactional.
If you want to be schizophrenic, it's like gang stalking, unironically though.
Dude, you hear the victim mentality language? It's actually insane. All right, listen, I'm kind of curious about this crash out test that he's having right now. I'm not going to lie, because he seems to be spiraling worse than I've ever really seen before. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. Let's might as well. We're just chilling, eating a little bit anyway.
Okay. I don't think there's not like a way to deal with it's like asymmetrical warfare. I've talked about this a lot in the media.
Asymmetrical warfare, huh? Is he really about to talk about how this is asymmetrical warfare about this guy? That's insane. What the reality... Well, in all honesty, what the reality here is, Destiny's gotten away with worse behavior. And now people are finally honing in on him, being like, wow, this is kind of disgusting. Like, this is our last straw. You know, this is too much. It's very clear that you don't really care about what you're talking about. And I think that's being represented in his content. Because if you look, I mean, he obviously streams to like the same number of people. God bless. That's fine. But his videos, still more successful, obviously, than Papa Gut, doing exponentially worse. And I think it's because the really diehard Destiny fans are like still coming in. They want to watch him. These are the type of people that don't really care about his character. The more casual fans that catch the videos, they're less interested. They're like, you know what, this guy's just too much. We don't want to follow him anymore. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see.
When it comes to like conservatives and Democrats, that there's like two different standards of rules that the different sides play by, and it's like an unwinnable media environment.
Destiny, the ultimate victim, Destiny. Ooh.
Which I'm kind of used to, I guess, dealing with myself. Although it's more annoying being like,
how is he used to that? I would say that like the standards for Destiny are exponentially low. We've known about a lot of the degenerate stuff. You know, this is, and we've just all kind of forgave it. Again, I think this is a guy who's used to being treated like a kid, like an edgy little online kid, and excusing a lot of his behavior because he's good at debating. And now people are just sick of it. That's it. Nobody's going too hard on him at all. He's just crying.
Out of the drama circles, but still getting dragged back into it because of vulture communities and shit.
Now he's out of the drama circles, right when he's in some of the worst drama where he's non-consensually sending news of girls to other girls to rizz them up to impress them. I remember he said something like, I'm not trying to impress them. What are you talking about? Then why are you sending it to them? You want them to look at this and go, gross. No, you want them to look at that and go, wow, you have such a nice wee-wee, or you're engaging with that other person so good. It's just like everything is a downplay. Most of his response video is just downplaying his actions. I don't care. Pixie could be the worst person in the world. I don't care. I don't care. It has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with him. How this 30-something-year-old man interacts with himself and his audience. He's constantly, what are you talking about?
There's no real way to like counter this. So I just have to make people aware of it, to call it out.
You're right.
And because it triggers the other side when I bring it up, although I'll insist that it doesn't, but that's part of their narrative.
The only people it triggers, excuse me for my eating, is his own community. Every time someone talks about it, they come in here and they cry. They just cry and troll. So
one of the kind of annoying realities, I guess, that exists right now is that I don't know how many people are aware of it. I usually try not to talk about this website because the people here are unwell. But there's a website called Kiwi Farms that generally is supposed to just be like we talk about or obsess over people that we deem worthy of obsession. Generally, they're not supposed to interfere too much.
My understanding, he's directed people to look at Kiwi Farms for other people and their doxes. No, is that not correct?
Much with them. That used to be the old rules, but for my life, I guess, Kiwi Farms has decided that they're like a full activist. Like, we're going to do every possible thing that we can to fuck with this person and all the people around him, because that's just what they do. Or at least in my thread, that's what they do. So ordinarily, it doesn't matter that much. These are obviously unwell people, probably most of them living on like disability or something, stuck in their homes, don't really have anything to do besides watching streams all day.
It's funny he says that because those are the only people defending him now. Are like morally inept losers that have never gone outside and don't really know anything about anything. The people defending Destiny are people who don't work, and the people that he has so tightly financially bound to him that they feel the need to, run defense for him, like Erudite and that guy Dan. I don't really know what he's talking about. Like, who is? I think you know what I think a big part of this is for Destiny. I think what I think more than anything else. This is what it is. This is the biggest thing that has hit Destiny than anything else. I think that the veil has lifted. I don't think that people are afraid of Destiny anymore. I think a lot of people are, maybe whether it's conscious or subconsciously, afraid to criticize Destiny because this community can be toxic at times and very annoying, like they were in the stream yesterday or the other day, 2 days ago, whatever. But people just don't care anymore. And we've realized, like, oh, that's it. And like, oh, Destiny's a really smart guy, but he's not really any smarter than your average, like, underachiever who dropped out of high school. He's just really good at debating, just like some people are really good at different things. That's the craft he's gone into. So he's a smart guy, but he's not like 700 IQ smart. He's just an intelligent guy who debates all day obsessively to win, not to express some kind of positive moral framework, but to win. So
but the frustrating thing, clip chimped? No. Kiwi Farms is not clip chimp. They have whole worlds of theories of like stuff that they will write, like, and opine on somebody, like pages and pages of theories of like psychoanalysis and everything. It's, just imagine what like Zoe does and just feels Discord times like a million people all on a thread, except also like half the people are the same person on different accounts talking to themselves because they like to do that, I guess.
It sounds like he's drawing parallels between like the H3 Snark versus him. Ethan I can feel legitimately bad about. Like, compared to Destiny, Ethan's great. The only thing with Ethan is that like sometimes maybe he pines on a topic a little too much. Makes a little petty, which part is is part of the allure of Ethan. But that's it. He's a pretty decent guy. Destiny's a horrible guy. There's no parallels you're going to draw between this, bub. I don't know what are you talking about.
But the annoying thing is that
the real annoying thing is that there's going to be a constant shift to some boogeyman until he feels like it sticks. It's detractors, it's Kiwi Farms, it's Hassan's community, it's just a bunch of people applying two different sets of morals to people. It's going to keep going. It's Nicholas Diorio, and like I'll give him Nicholas Diorio because the biggest problem with Nicholas Diorio, and I think people are afraid to call it out, but there's like a really huge problem with Nicholas Diorio. And it's like this weird level of hypocrisy where he'll call out Destiny and be like, "Oh, Destiny's such a bad guy," but then you see him and he's literally hanging out with Destiny days after, and he's just kind of doing weird shit. It's like, how are you going to sit here and tell us how bad Destiny is when this exists? And it's just like, this level of hypocrisy is crazy. This level of hypocrisy is honestly, it's kind of disgusting. It's pretty disgusting. It's pretty disgusting because if you look at this, there's quite a bit of implied consent in that kiss. There is quite a bit of implied consent. He's not reeling from it. He's going right in on that bad boy. He is all over that. He's loving that more than pinball. He's loving that more than pinball, bro. It's insane. This is actually insane. It's incredible. So we really need to start calling out Nicholas Diorio more. To call him out a little bit more for his degenerate behavior.
Community, I guess, has decided that they're going to now just do like straight readings from or straight borrowing of content from Kiwi Farms. So like, for instance, that Ryan Beard video was basically just him reading through my Kiwi Farms site, even though in other worlds, these people will be like, "Oh, they make trans people kill themselves, blah, 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 blah."
So is the information wrong? This is what I'm talking about. There's zero moral consistency. The second that Destiny feels threatened, he's just digging himself in a hole. And this is the worst one that he's probably ever had because people are just not afraid of him anymore. They're just like, "Yo, this guy's kind of gross. The veil is lifted. He's just a yucky middle-aged guy who's constantly being a sex pest, who's constantly violating people's boundaries, it seems, making excuses for himself instead of owning his actions. And then crying that the playing field isn't level, despite the fact that Ryan Beard video was full of a collection of absolutely disgusting behavior that no one else would have gotten away with. And yet he's sitting here telling us, guys, there's 2 sets of principles. They're going after me harder. If I had ever done a 10th of what this guy has done, I'd be done. Are you kidding me? I got hit hard over a well-intentioned joke on TikTok. This guy is saying some of the most horrific, disgusting, boundary violating things I've ever seen, laughing about sexual assault. This Destiny is the ultimate victim, honestly.
So it's kind of an irritating and odd world where there's basically like a militant activist anti-Destiny group that already exists on top of the
boogeyman.
Frustrating world where, since I don't map on cleanly to any political ideology, all the little political groups don't really like me either, which is
well, he doesn't have any actual values to map onto anything. It's about what he thinks is going to make him win.
It's fine. I don't care.
But he's trying to make it seem like he's kind of the lone wolf. He's the lone wolf, the wolf pack, and he's just wandering around. Guys, I don't really fit in anywhere. That's why nobody will defend me here. Guys, that's why you're going to commonly see Destiny fans go, "Oh, this is just the left eating the left," and what that means, and that does happen. The left eats the left more than the right eats the left, because the right, generally needs, anything that they can get. But that is really just him saying, "Guys, this is all unfair. The left is eating the left. It's not as big of a deal as you're making it seem, et cetera, et cetera." That's what he's implying when he says that. This is on my screen.
But to have like Kiwi Farms to be like a doxing, swatting central that all these other content creators, so all the commentary community people, all of the lefties, all of everybody else has no problem, and Gistigal and his server like borrowing from is just very, very, very fucking annoying. But I mean, like, all you can do is deal with it. But like, regardless of
well, you're dealing with it so well, King.
Regardless of I'm not going to run through like this whole thread because people are fucking insane. But just as an example of what I'm talking about, right? So
you know what's so interesting about this whole Destiny thing? I remember I was watching, I was sitting there and I was watching his stream where he was talking about people being meanie bobini heads to him. And I made a comment and I was like, why do you really think that he made this stream where he's addressing everything? And I looked at his views, and compared to mine, they're incredible, right? But compared to his own views, just like maybe a few months ago, what are they, half or less? They seem to be quite down. And so my honest thought is, I think that one of the reasons why he addressed this is, one, he took the time to draw up a false, ridiculous narrative, which we've already seen. But also because I think that Destiny is he's locked into this flow of having a huge drama surrounding him and his personal life and his incredibly bad actions, and then winning out. And so he's like, oh, let's just do that. And here it is again. I'm going to get a big boost. I'm going to rise above the controversy. I just don't think that's what's going to happen. And now he's just kind of flapping and flailing around. He's just flapping around, flailing around at this point.
Tom tweeted out something that had to do with...
Was that Turkey Tom?
Asking a critical question of the other side that's been attacking me recently. And like, just for asking that question, like people on Kiwi Farms are like, has this guy ever been doxxed before? Genuine question. I know nothing about this guy.
Tomfoolery. Okay. Yeah, Kiwi Farms bed. It's always a position of that guy's worse than me. That guy's worse than me. That was the attempt with the Pixie thing. Obviously not true, but that guy's worse than me.
I know that he's Gistigal's lolcow, but I've always found him so boring. I've never seen any of his dramas. Like if you even say something polite about me, there are people on this thread who will, and they're like,
wait, so what is it that tomfoolery said that's making people go after him? Why don't we show that? All right, I skimmed through the tweet. It's mostly just tomfoolery, kind of questioning a few things. There seemed like reasonable questions. But again, this is the tactic of saying, guys, I know what I did was wrong. Or rather, he's not ever going to acknowledge what he does. I don't think he ever cares. But look at them. They're going after tomfoolery. Hey, Tom, sorry, bud. You're getting hit in the crossfire of very toxic communities. It's kind of how these things are, unfortunately. You know, something to learn as a content creator and rise above. Sorry for that, but the reality is that doesn't make Destiny any better.
Like, they're open about it. They're like, this guy's near Destiny, I'm going to dox this guy. And they'll go through, and these people are like, again, probably living a disability, so they can sit there and can consume like dozens of hours of content over a week, and they will try to piece together like every single thing.
Didn't Destiny reference Kiwi Farms when he was talking about his Keffels manifesto, or am I wrong about that? It's so funny. This is literally the Hassan defense, like that chatter was saying the other day. This literally is just the Hassan defense. Right? It's funny that he's using all the same tactics he got made fun of for Hassan. Like, they're obsessed and they've got their information from some kind of community and they don't like me and everything's out of context. It's the same thing. It's so funny.
Your life. Ordinarily, Kiwi Farms is Kiwi Farms. It is what it is. You can't really do anything about anti-fan communities like that. Although I do see that Joshua finally privated my revenge porn that's hosted on there. Thank you. I'm glad that enough people bringing attention to your site finally encourage you to do that. So
very cool, man. Very cool. I like the demeanor Destiny has on. He sounds very calm, cool, and collective. So if you're a first-time watcher, you're like, whoa, this guy's handling this so well. But then if you're somebody who like has watched Destiny, you're like, oh, like this is uncharacteristic of him to even really talk about it to this degree. It's crazy.
Good job. But it's also the reason why like you'll see a lot of moral outrage from people like that who will say, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Meanwhile, they're like, every other post is like, where is that revenge porn at that I want to fucking download and jerk off to? Yeah, so it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, somebody said this, like, there's a whole bunch of talking points. Again, I don't like to talk about this community too much because you give them attention, they are fucking...
Yeah, but now he needs to. This is the new boogeyman. The Pixie boogeyman didn't work. This is the new boogeyman.
They thrive off of it. But there's a lot of talking points that, like, originate on there, and then you'll hear other people repeat it, and I instantly know, like, Gisticle gets a lot of info about me from Kiwi Farms. Or Ryan Beard in his video has, like, video...
He's doing the Hassan. He's referencing the Ryan Beard video. Watch it on stream.
That are like watermarked by Kiwi Farms.
Why do I care who they're watermarked by? Why do they matter? When I see Destiny go on an entire tirade inside of that video Ryan Beard made, talking about how 19-year-olds to him in his 30s are basically children, and then seemingly have a predisposition for 19-year-olds... It just comes off. It's like, I don't necessarily care that a 30-something-year-old is attracted to 19-year-olds. It gets a little weird when they seem to be more exclusively attracted to 19-year-olds. You know, if I see a 19-year-old while I'm jerking off, I'm going to jerk off. But it's even weirder to virtue signal about how you think 19-year-olds are children. And then like, that's what you're sending nudes of other young women to 19-year-old Discord kittens to try to rizz them up, to try to impress them. Oh, Destiny, you suck cock so good. Oh, Destiny, you eat that pussy so good. Oh, let's criticize and make fun of another girl for the way that they sleep with you. It's just gross, man. Disgusting person. You're a fucking loser, man. Oh, Destiny, because I remember, again, he's like, oh, I'm not trying to impress anybody. Why are you sending these things? To impress somebody. That's what it's all about. When you send a picture of yourself, you're trying to impress somebody. When you send videos of yourself, you're trying to impress somebody. That's the entire point. That's the entire point of what he's doing. It's to impress somebody. That's everything.
So people just go there, they get all the information, and then through that, they're basically explicitly supporting like all of the doxing and swatting and everything that comes from Kiwi Farms, and then they go and they make mainstream videos about it. And then I'm like here, like if I...
Honest question, Papa, do you believe in rehabilitation? Sure, depending on what it is. There's a difference. When you're a 30-something-year-old man whose entire career has been about yourself the entire time, seemingly generating people around you that seem to be kind of bad people, that seem financially dependent on you, and if those relationships end, making controversy out of that gives you a big boom in viewership. Somebody who clearly does not give a fuck about anything, someone who clearly does not argue his debate from a position of morals or ethics, and it's really just about winning. Somebody who has gaslit his audience, and this is, I'm going to keep talking about it because to me, for where I come from, it's disgusting. Gaslit his audience into thinking that he has to live, 10 states away from his own child because in case he needs to take a flight to go take an extra flight. He doesn't even care about his own kid. And I'm not trying to say that to be like rude, but like, dude, you could just live near your kid and see them more often. Like, he's a morally deplorable, bad person who doesn't care about anybody but himself. And every single time somebody does something or somebody says something about him, it's about desperately trying to position himself over them, not trying to be a good person and have that stand for itself. There's no point where Destiny's character stands for itself in the midst of controversy. Every single time there's a controversy, he desperately tries to create or manifest some kind of a boogeyman bad person. Every time. And a lot of times they are a bad person. So comparatively, like, yeah, they are pretty bad. And this time he tried to label some 19-year-old kid as a horrible person for him leaking their images, for him non-consensually sharing their images. That's why he's friends with disgusting people and why he's been friends with disgusting people. And useful idiots like you and me have been running defense for this stupid motherfucker for how long? And I think a lot of us are ashamed. And so we're like, yeah, fuck this guy. And that's why the only people that are left are morally deplorable, unemployed people like that don't really talk to anybody outside of the house. So they haven't really generated enough empathy to care about anything that's going on. That's what it is. I have no good answer to the question of like, why didn't I think about this sooner? I have no answer. I think that I just like, you know, I guess I thought that he was a nice guy that's just deeply flawed, and I think that illusion is over, and that's my fault. What am I going to do? I'm going to harp on it? You know what I mean? I thought he was a better guy. He's not. It's like, I just, you know, it is what it is. Like, I feel ashamed, but it's life. It's an unfortunate part of life. I'm taking an L on that too, man. Like, I'm a bad judge of character. I'm a bad judge of character. I think if to be honest with you, I think part of it is, I don't know. I really don't know. I guess I just respected the guy.
Call somebody, you know, like fat, I'm getting like canceled by my own community for it.
Nobody cares about that.
I don't know what to do about that. There's nothing really I can do about that. I have, I guess now, so for instance, a Gisticle server, a server that is the origination of a lot of sexual abuse, a lot of revenge porn, a lot of rapey people, a lot of like creepy, weird, like horrible people. Okay. That if you ask Gisticle at some points in history,
hey guys, I'm bad, but they're worse.
He will agree with, and then at other.
Yeah, my wife knew all along, man. She had a feeling about this motherfucker the whole time, the whole goddamn time.
Other points in history he won't, depending on what's convenient for him at the moment. Have decided now that I guess Kelly has decided that she wants to start targeting and harassing my girlfriend by calling her a whore or a cheap whore or a cheap whore.
Well, Destiny, I will say I do feel bad for all the women around you.
For a cheap fat streamer or whatever other stuff.
What?
I don't know why. I don't know how that's the new thing, but just when you're seeing stuff like this, there's always be aware that like the goal is always isolation. It's isolation and narrative control when it comes to Kiwi Farms. So
okay.
If they spam a certain narrative enough and then they link, and trust me, you can go through these threads and they're linking every single Reddit thread, like post here, post here, post here, post here, post here. So it's narrative control, and then it's how many people around this person can we harass or can we dox or swat or whatever, and like that's just the goal for all of it.
Wow, that's so interesting. Laleus. Okay, I'm sorry. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
It's pretty cringe. It's pretty gross. I expect the behavior from Kiwi Farms. It is what it is. Like I said, communities like that will always exist. But it's really gross when people like Gisticle, whose information I hope I can find soon.
Who's Gisticle?
Are like trying to amplify or put a magnifying glass on info over there and then have it spread into the other world. That's just...
Did he... Wait a minute. Did I miss something? Did he just say that he wants to dox somebody? I don't know who Gisticle is, but am I right about that?
Gisticle, Kiwi Farms, it is what it is. Like I said, communities like that will always exist, but it's really gross when people like Gisticle.
Who's Jiztickle?
Whose information I hope I can find soon.
This guy is so weird, dude. Like, it's so weird. It's just so cringy, man. Like, this is the crash out. This is the crash out. What are you doing? You're coming on here and you're like, I hope I could find someone's docs. Does it make you feel like a strong man when you try to weaponize your strength or your position as a content creator to try to bully other people into silence? How many videos have you made about other topics and content creators? How much have you harped and obsessed on other people who are bad people? And the second that it happens to him, hopefully I can find their information. It's just like, does it make you feel like a big man? Does that make you feel like a big strong man trying to bully people into not talking about you? Is that what it is? Oh, I feel like such a big guy. It's fucking pathetic. You know, he's sitting here and he's getting called gay by the conservatives all the time. This is where the strength of character is dead. This is where the strength of character is dead. This is why there's no reason to respect this person. There's nothing here that you could look at and admire at all. He's just weak. Oh, I'm in the corner. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to label someone else the problem. Oh, they're worse than me. Oh, this is a problem. It's just, you guys are just targeting me. You're being mean to me. You're doing this. You're doing that. Oh, I want to see if I can get this guy's docs. I want to see if I can get this guy banned off Kick. It's just pathetic. It's pathetic. It's just so pathetic. It's just disgusting. This is just fucking pathetic, dude. Jesus, man.
Are like trying to amplify or put a magnifying glass on info over there and then have it spread into the other world. That's just wild to me. But, you know, It is what it is.
If you say so. You're clearly crashing out. Is that the end of the crybaby bullshit, or what do we got here?
There's also a weird schism in r/loanerbox where a lot of those KF points get repeated for some reason. The goal is always like
KF points, guys. The goal is, guys, this is the narrative. They're just trying to take me down.
I guess if you want to be schizophrenic, it's like gang stalking. Unironically, though. The goal is to just like find the separation points and then to just lean into those and push as hard as possible. So if there's something negative involving me in Loanerbox, then they'll focus on that. But
dude, you hear the victim mentality language? It's actually insane.
But you'll notice that like as soon as people kind of like drift out of my orbit, then they don't bother them anymore. So the goal is always like if you say anything nice or not unhinged about me, then they'll go crazy on you. So like Willie Mack has been the target for a while.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Don't bring my Willie Mack into this. Okay? Willie Mack is my fucking king. I don't care. Okay? He didn't really make any mistakes. I watched that Jay Schlick guy. He was crying at Willie Mack. Why? Because he wanted to be part of the video. Why didn't you asked Cherry for all this information and she basically said, go fuck yourself. Oh, there's a bunch of information public. I don't know why you wouldn't try to give him the information if you want to try to take down Destiny, but whatever. And then this other guy's like, well, I had it. You should have came to me. How do we know that? Who the fuck are you? You know? You're coming after my fucking boy. You're coming after my boy, Willie. That's the fucking problem. That's the problem, right? The real problem is that it seems like everybody around Destiny is obsessed with him for the most part. Most of the people. Right? They're either obsessed with him to protect him or obsessed with him to go after him. And so this is how Destiny gets rid of people. This is how he always spins. He always spins to win, dude. He's got that Hitmon top, Riz. Right? He's got that Hitmon top, Riz. He's always able to go, look at how bad those guys are. I'm better by comparison. That's always what it is. That's always what it is. Destiny approves Willie Mack's video. Interesting, clearly doesn't paint him badly enough. I think that it's more of that he gets to push a narrative on it. He wouldn't have, if that is true what you're saying, he wouldn't have approved it if the fucking Terminally Online community didn't go after him. But at this point, it's just desperately trying to figure out some kind of a plot hole that Destiny could put his finger into.
Was a target because of that tweet. Sure. Jistical used to be a target, but now he's cool because he's like an anti-fan, and that's just how that place works. So, yeah.
Cool beans, man. That nice fit. Thanks, brother. You know, I was out today. When I was out to eat with my wife, we both wore this shirt. It's Teddy Fresh merch. It's Teddy Fresh merch, dude. Teddy Fresh merch. And they're comfortable. You just can't dry them or they shrink. Okay? And, you know, my wife at one point, she's like, we look like we just came out of an event. These shirts almost look like you're at an event. Oh, you know, like a cancer event or something, right? And so I'm sitting there and she said that and I just laughed it off like she's just being silly. And like maybe a half hour later, the people next to us look at me and they're like, what are those shirts for? What are those? And I was like, oh, they're for, and then I looked, I said, what the fuck? I said, what are you asking me? I was like, what do you mean? They're for like Valentine's Day. He's like, oh, okay. Nice shirts. Happy Valentine's Day. I was like, oh, thanks. And that's that. So I was like, oh shit. Yeah, wearing my H3 propaganda, baby. Propaganda at those titties. Consensually. Keyword.
How do you see this ending? I mean, the way they usually are is you just keep streaming, you keep on trudging along, and then usually they get bored and they fuck off. That's all you could ever do.
Yeah. Well, the only listen, to be honest with you, I'm bored of this motherfucker. The only reason we're talking about it is because he keeps talking about it. I like money, and why not? You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything dishonest, but as long as he's going to give me the content to justify me making new content, I'm going to keep talking about it. And then once he stops, which hopefully after this, because unironically I'm bored of talking about this fucking guy, then we're going to stop. We're going to move on because I really just don't care to interact with this motherfucker.
But
is that it? All right, we'll sit in silence for a few minutes. Are we gonna watch a new video? All right. Made shot.
Oh wait, that looks really bad, bro. Ooh shit. Ooh.
What is this?
Whoa.
Is this relevant? Like, what is this?
part, so many people saying different things. Anything you can tell us about the actual legal part? So many people saying different things about what needs to be proven in court for you to be held liable. I can't really talk about.
Can't really talk about it because I accidentally admitted to her that I did non-consensually leak this.
Shouldn't talk about like the actual claims at stake, other than like it's all bullshit. I've watched a lot of. There was some guy.
As if we didn't read him admitting it. No, I forgot. Wait a minute, guys. You have to like the video, like the stream. Destiny's getting away with lying. Give me your parents' credit card and the 3 digits on the back. Or Destiny wins. Just kidding. Don't do that, okay? And if you're going to do it, privately, please. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck, what's his name?
What's his name, dude?
I don't know. There was some guy in a suit who's been doing things. Most of the legal analysis is just really, really, really bad.
Of course
I don't know.
it is.
Again, I don't know what it is about lawyers. It's like worse than like people that call them.
What is it about lawyers where they're like, hey, this is my unbiased legal opinion after 10 years of school. And I'm like, yucky.
It was like soft, like I'm a full stack dev. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean full stack dev? And it's like, well.
Hey, me when conservatives are listening to anti-mainstream information, listen to the professionals, listen to the science. Me when lawyers are weighing in on my case, don't listen to the professionals, don't listen to science. Smash that like button, dude.
I made a website once, and on WordPress, and
Me too, dude. Check this out.
I know how to get information out of a database sometimes. Okay, very full stack. Like, just the most random shit. The lawyer people are the same thing. Some of the commentary is so bad. Like, it's actual. The legal mindset guy. Yeah.
Dude,
I don't know if these guys just don't do criminal law, or if it's just lawyers in
I've been
general
saying
are
this for
fucking
years,
retarded.
dude.
I mean, they are some of the worst people that I've seen.
The worst.
They are some of the worst people that I've seen on the internet. Just in terms of like general knowledge.
Basically defended OJ.
The answer, the real answer is that when you graduate school,
it's
you
like
just
you
won't
graduate
remember
school and
everything
you
from
just
school, which
everything
is
you
fair.
forget. And
like
it's
if you graduate,
and then they're like, oh,
or I should say tort.
This guy like admitted it, and they're like, oh, that means you're guilty. And I'm like, that's not
school, you don't remember every single individual thing from school, which is fine.
Guilty.
But for some reason, every lawyer pretends they do
gaslighting.
like, oh yeah, like I can give you the full breakdown.
You haven't factored in how much my lawyer can gaslight their lawyer into people around them, into thinking that the actual reality of the world is just the fabrics of the reality is being completely tattered with my destructive and incredible sharp wit and poetic words. Whoa! That's fucking crazy, dude.
And it's like, what do you do for work? And it's like,
dude, I'm a lawyer.
Nothing even remotely related for decades.
I'm a lawyer. I'm part ethnically Ashkenazi. I'm a lawyer. And you want to know what? The second half, the Nazi part, it's my German side. Isn't that incredible? All truth, by the way. All truth, by the way.
Any of it, yeah.
If the video's louder than me, that's impossible. I'm loud as fuck. It's impossible. All right, we good crashing out? Or are we still going, baby boy?
Are you cooked?
Are you cooked?
I'm already cooked. I am as done. Like
I'm hitting a sugar rush from those fucking pancakes. I'm being real with you right now.
Weeks ago, I'm as done as I'm gonna get. Like that's it. Like that's everything else now is just fucking annoying shit to deal with. But apparently that's not true. Because if you ask all the lawyer people, apparently
Ask the lawyer people.
fucking
The fucking
FBI and the
FBI?
DOJ is about to come down on me and fucking bring some crazy
How much you want to bet this is going to be settled out of court, baby?
shit, I guess.
For like 150 or something like that.
Trump
And it's going to come with the statement of Pixie going, oopsie poopsie, Destiny gave me $300,000 so that I would say that I was actually just a silly little mistaken girl. Uh-oh. And then everybody can go, guys, we were so wrong. The person that Destiny paid off and admitted that he did a really bad thing to them, they've just changed their narrative, and it's time to love him again. And he's back on top. Oh, embrace me, Destiny. Embrace me, Destiny. Embrace me. Oh! I'm telling you, that's one of the realities that we're going to be pushed into. It might happen.
himself, the
Pixie, you must stay strong.
Attorney General herself is going to come and arrest me, I guess. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, the fact that Destiny ended up being worse than Vosh. You know, it's so funny. The other day we were watching the Ryan Beard video, and I never caught it. Destiny's like, you've been a sex pest in my community for a year now, and it's time for us to stop you. It's like a year. Wow. I'm usually a little faster than that when I have degeneracy in my Discord, but just by one day. So if it's a leap year, I'm just as bad as Destiny, I suppose.
The lawyer Tread had on suggests you had no legal team at all.
Oh shit!
On what basis?
Oh, what basis?
Is he even
basted?
American lawyer?
Is he even an American dude? Oh, what is he? A lawyer from Palestine? Ew, I hate those people. I love those people, by the way. Okay, that's where I get most of my points on professional jerk mate. All right, that was a joke. I've got to be very careful. What is inshallah a positive thing? Is that like a nice Muslim thing to say? Inshallah? What does that mean? If God willing, inshallah. God bless you. Allah bless you. My Muslim brothers and sisters. And the less recognized disters, of course.
Wait, link me. Now I'm curious.
Curious, dude. Link me.
YouTube drama is basically Kiwi Farms and Leftoid Flash. Yeah, basically. YouTube drama, it's just like a ton of like Zoomer socialist, commie, tanky, weird
tanky, bread
shit,
tuber,
yeah.
cringe.
What do you mean by cooked? What can actually happen? Like the worst has happened. Like it's all the stupid fucking just everything.
Okay. Moment of silence. In the arms.
Wait, I'm curious for a link for this chud lawyer.
All right, let's get it.
Mode regarding Driscoll and Smelly Jean. Listen, if you
This guy's fat. He's got to be right. Am I right, guys? Based.
see people breaking rules on other Discord servers, you should absolutely report them.
All right.
No, it's funny because we learned Destiny.
Is this how all
Full
popular videos
report
are
mode
making
regarding
noises?
Driscoll and Smelly Jean.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had some pancakes and they were a little sugary, and I'm a little kooky. All right, so my energy's a little higher than it should be. I'm very sorry.
Listen, if you see people breaking rules on other Discord servers, you should
True.
absolutely report the fuck out of it. Of
I
course,
agree,
I want to make
dude.
Discord a better place.
I agree.
Wait, I'm just curious where he makes that claim. I mean, like, I can't watch most of this because he's going to say crazy shit, and I probably can't. I don't want to comment on like claims specific to my to the whatever bullshit is going to last forever.
True
dumb.
king. True king.
What am I looking for?
Dude, hurry up. Hurry up, dude. Hurry up, bro. You think I got all day? I do. My wife's concert hasn't started. It's supposed to start at 6. It's 9 o'clock now. I got all night. I'm on 2x baby. Oh, is that him implying to brigade his Discord? That's super not based, guys.
Your filings, because that's the federal court stuff. I'll send you a link. I don't know if you've ever used it before. You can find the federal court thing where everything that gets put, it's all done electronically. So the day it happens, it's up. We'll see if an attorney enters an appearance because he's got 21 days to respond from the 18th.
Okay.
In between that time, if he retains counsel, they'll enter their appearances. So we'll know if he's got a legal team. We'll know what's going on. But right now, I'm assuming he's probably full of shit. I don't think he's got a legal team because
He probably has a legal team.
I just can't imagine it at this point.
That's probably a silly thing to say.
I mean, like,
Maybe
that's not to say. I mean,
like, why couldn't we imagine that? What is his rationale for this?
So true. This is a dumb argument. So that means all the criticism of Destiny flew out the window like a fart. Not mine, though. My farts linger, boy.
but I don't know. It's,
it wouldn't be the first guy. I mean, to be fair, when Pixie said I'm gonna get legal counsel, I thought, don't talk about it, be about it. Everybody says they're gonna sue somebody, and clients are
Well, didn't she say that after she was kind of publicly forced by President Asshole?
like, oh my god, they said they're gonna sue me. I'm like, nothing you can do until they do it. So right now, until they do it, they're just talking shit, and then some.
Is this guy's?
He doesn't have a legal team, Papa. It's not on the file with the suit. Interesting. So what does he have though? He has to have some. I would imagine he at least talked to a lawyer. No.
Is he not a real lawyer, or?
I mean, if that's true, maybe. Oh, I guess that makes sense. And so he hasn't announced. Okay, so on the suit, he has no representation yet. I imagine he would get a representation. No. Imagine this guy's correct, and we just all look stupid.
I don't know if that's not true. That there's nothing you can do until somebody files a complaint against you. What a stupid fucking thing to say.
Stupid guy. That's what I'm saying, Destiny. We're back.
Sometimes they do, and then a lot of times they don't. And I kind of thought, honestly, I thought Pixie was going to pull a Keffels and just off into the wind with the money. Like, oh yeah, I guess I'll sue him.
All right. In this guy's defense here, in Destiny's defense here, this guy said Keffels. The second you know who Keffels is, you probably shouldn't be a lawyer. Okay. The second that your lawyer or is a fan of online drama, fire him. Fire him. Okay. If your lawyer or therapist or fast food worker mentions Keffels, deep Destiny lore, you're over. You're done. You gotta go home. You gotta move on. Throw the burger at him. Fire him immediately. Gotta move. Because you gotta think, why? Like, how do you have that much time on your hands? How good of a lawyer can you be if you know who Keffels is? You know what I'm saying, dude? You must have way too much fucking time on your goddamn hands, brother. You're a lawyer. You're not supposed to have any free time. The fuck's the matter with you?
That never happened either. So, I mean, I think that's what a lot of people are expecting. I think that's what Destiny was hoping. And Pixie decided to, do what she did.
Can we just acknowledge one thing? And I'm not saying this out of hubris. I'm just saying this. This is the first time in any Papa Gut video that I am the most attractive person on screen. You know what I mean? This is the first time. Especially right now. Especially right now. You understand the joke? Do you get it? But you know what? It's kind of true. It's kind of true, dude. It's kind of based.
You thought was right, and I'm glad you did. Because I can only imagine if there's 15 that have come forward, how many more are out there? How many more don't even realize it happened to them?
I don't know.
That number is, by the way, not even remotely close to what people think it is saying. But okay.
Okay.
There's
it's
actually
fucking crazy.
another clue to your little theory here.
Oh,
and that
Blue's
is
Clue.
At one point, Destiny says something like, his legal team or lawyers didn't expect Pixie to file a lawsuit. I mean, is that a reasonable expectation from like a...
Here's one thing. I'm curious. I don't know too much about Child Logic. I've seen him a couple times. I saw him get attacked by lolicons one time. That was all I remember. How come I feel like it always says 30 kick subs on the fucking screen? Like, what the hell is that about? Why? What? Like, should that change or what's happening?
Legal perspective, do you think? Or was that a bit short-sighted, naive?
I don't think it's wrong to think that that's impossible.
I missed the question.
But yeah, you're kind of stuck, though. Until it happens, they said they're going to...
Sorry, guys.
I mean, is that a reasonable something like his legal team or lawyers didn't expect Pixie to file a lawsuit? I mean, is that a reasonable expectation?
Oh, probably. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think it's wrong to think that that's impossible. But yeah, you're kind of stuck, though. Until it happens,
Let me take more sugar.
They said they're going to sue me. I mean, it's very much... You get out, you have to wait till they launch the attack. So there's a lot of times which don't make things worse, and then if they attack you, then we'll respond. But there's not a whole lot you can do till she starts, losing arrows at you.
So
which
true.
I mean, ultimately, that's really just the nature of it. It's, she gets to throw the first punch.
Sure. Okay.
Sure. That's what I'm.
This is something that Mario kind of briefly mentioned because I actually spoke. Mario helped me out tremendously with something previously in regards to the DMCA thing, which I'm very appreciative of. But he sort of alluded to there maybe being some sort of free speech aspect, like the First Amendment thing. And I'm wondering, is that an interference with some of these statutes that are governing this revenge porn stuff? Or?
I love statutes.
So the federal statute and the state statute,
I think that back in the old times, they used to jerk off to those beautiful Roman statues, if you think about it, because they were very silky.
Pretty much mirror each other. There could be some First Amendment concerns there. But for Destiny, let's wipe those off the map, because there's 5 counts. We'll get rid of count 1 and count 2. It's
backwards, so...
Fine.
He
intentionally inflicted emotional distress on a woman. He violated her privacy.
Well, I don't know if you can necessarily prove intentional. So that part I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not actually a lawyer. I was being silly before. But I don't know if you could argue intentionality. I don't think that we have, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something in there that shows intentionality. I don't think that there is. We don't have to overinflate what's going on here. Destiny's a bad guy, and this is another instance of him being a bad guy, and it's just enough is enough, and we gotta stop caring about this dude. Right? That's why we're making more videos, because we don't care. We care more about money, okay? No, I'm not changing a narrative or anything. But that's my whole thing, man. Just like, we don't, it doesn't have to be, this doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be kooky. It doesn't have to be wild. It doesn't have to be sensationalized. He's just a bad guy who doesn't care about anybody. And that's not the type of person we should really be following, dude. Okay?
And what's the fifth one?
Just as a quick thing.
Plus, we got to shut him down before anybody finds out the leaks that the two of us have. I'm just kidding. It's literal leaks, though. We were just peeing next to each other. That was my thing, not his.
Anybody that is even uttering anything having to do with revenge porn related to me has absolutely no idea what, they don't know anything about what the elements are of any of the underlying crimes that they're alleging. They don't know what, like, malicious intent means. There's also two other terms if you're bored. Things called proximate harm and foreseeability are also like these.
Now that Destiny's talking, I wonder if he just decided to be his own lawyer. I wouldn't doubt it.
People are just fucking clueless. Oh God, I can't. Like listening to retards talk about my legal case is one of the most frustrating things. Holy shit, it's actually so fucking retarded.
Come on, bro. That's a bad word, Destiny. Stop it.
I'm good. We'll see. We'll see how.
Stop it. You like that? Why is he watching a lawyer when he's not supposed to talk about the case? I don't know, dude. Because I don't know. Maybe because people are watching him less and he's not talking about the topic. I have no idea. Maybe he's just using ChatGPT.
Holy shit! Is this real? Isn't a settlement something you could do before anything is filed? Off the top of my head, this guy sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking. Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. Legal teams can communicate with each other before any complaint is actually filed in a court. I don't know why he was.
All right, so I just asked. This is my lawyer I'm referencing here. This is quite a bit of jargon that's being spewed out to us like vomit here. I guess it thinks I'm going to read that. That's fucking insane. That's insane. Can you read this for me? Can you read this for me, Gronk? I actually id Destiny innocent of being a sex pest. I assume you're referring to Kenneth Bennell II, known as online as Destiny, the streamer and political commentator. There's no simple yes or no answer here because the situation is messy, ongoing, and depends on what you mean by sex pest. The term itself is informal and vague, typically implying somebody who's persistently creepy or inappropriately sexy. Oh, inappropriate sexually. Maybe that was a little Freudian slip. But let's break down what's being said. Destiny has faced serious allegations recently, particularly around the 2024 and into 2025. Multiple women, including a streamer named Pixie, have accused him of sharing explicit content of them without consent. Pixie claims that on November 29th, 2024, she discovered Destiny had sent pornographic material involving her to a 19-year-old woman he barely knew, which was then spread online. She's announced plans to sue him, alleging that this violated her privacy and caused her significant harassment. Other women have made similar claims, suggesting a pattern of either recording sexual acts without permission or distributing such recordings. If you think about it, when he had that phone in his pocket, when he was whatever with that other guy or that girl, whatever he was doing, probably non-consensual. Posts on X and various online discussions, like those from The Surfs and Imposter Edits, wow, I don't know who the fuck they are, echo this, calling him a sex criminal or predator, based on leaked messages where he was allegedly admits to sharing material, though he disputes the context and consent. Who the fuck is The Surfs?
There's a reason.
Gordon Ramsay? Mr. Beast hates you.
Netflix is not once.
Wow.
The season of his death.
Does this guy have a face or what is happening here? Oh, he's on Twitch.
Nonprofit Angus Reid Institute that gives
Ontario government.
Oh, I know that guy. Ew. Anyway, let's continue talking to my lawyer. Destiny's response has been mixed. In January 2025, he posted on his subreddit saying he's pursuing legal action against multiple parties and avoiding public statements to not worsen the situation for victims or himself. What an incredible guy. He's implied some accusations stem from personal grudges, like a woman named Lauren Hayden allegedly coaching Pixie's lawyer after he rejected her lawsuit. He's also threatened to expose other streamers if he's pushed too far, which some see as a deflection rather than a denial. Critically, he hasn't outright denied sharing material in every case, but he suggested any actions were misinterpreted or consensual in private context, though no public evidence of consent has surfaced. Holy fuck, dude. I'm shitting my pants. This is insane. Legally, innocent until proven guilty, quote unquote, applies in court. And as of today, February 22nd, 2025, no criminal convictions or finalized civil rulings are public. A federal lawsuit was filed against him this month in Florida, alleging he violated revenge porn laws by sharing a video of Pixie, but it's still pending. Online, though. Sentiment leans hard against him. Places like Reddit, our live stream fails, and X posts show people treating his alleged admission in private messages as damning. Well, I mean, makes sense. This is incredible. Even if unproven in court, some argue he's already crossed ethical lines, pointing to his history of edgy sexual openness, like his open marriage or past debates defending controversial stances, as context for reckless behavior. On the flip side, his defenders, or at least skeptics of the accusers, might say the evidence is incomplete. Leaked DMs can be edited. Consent, he never claimed that, I don't believe, just to be clear. Consent disputes are a he said, she said without documentation. And his long career means he's a target of exaggerated pile-ons. But the volume of accusers and his own vague responses don't help the case. He's not been charged criminally yet, and sex pest, quote unquote, isn't a legal category. So innocence here is more about perception than a verdict. Wow. Based. My take, based on what's out there, allegations from multiple sources, his partial admissions, and no clear refutation with proof of consent. Refutation. I don't know. Words are stupid. It's tough to call him innocent of being what people label a sex pest in the colloquial sense. Someone who's at least acted sleazy or exploitative. That said, without a court ruling or undeniable public proof, it's not fully settled. The vibe online is that most think he's guilty of something shady, but you'd have to decide if that matches your bar for sex pest. What do you think? Any specific angle you're digging into? Yeah, my asshole.
Would say that, other than he probably got his law degree a long time ago, his JD, and he just doesn't do any work related to law, or he does and it has nothing, and he's just retarded. I don't even know what to say. I'm not sure. I don't know why you would say that. It's fucking retarded.
Whoa!
But do you have any plans to sue people? I'm not talking any legal strategy publicly. People can figure that out as stuff gets filed.
So true. Here's my legal strategy.
Excited to announce the birth of my and Allison's first child. We were struggling, though, and need help. The doctor keeps insisting our baby's a girl, but every time we ask they, them, they gurgles or cries.
That's probably true. He probably has those real...
Or...
What else we got here? Is he still going to crash out more?
Because
Ooh,
Destiny
we're back.
really was. He was grooming these women.
Whoa!
He was trying to get him in, like, to his thing. Like, and you bring him into his...
That's a heavy-handed legal term, buddy. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would say grooming. I look like I'd eat a can of Cheese Whiz right now. Probably without that. But I don't know, man. It's just kind of interesting that there's so many younger women, legal adult age, of course, just being clear. But like a lot of younger women are entering his orbit. And he's constantly having these controversies with them. They all seem to have some kind of mental issue. You know, I don't know. It's tough to groom adults, but if they have a mental issue, you know, I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, we don't have to care about that. It's just he seems like the kind of guy we stay away from. Okay.
Circle, and you know, he woos them, and then you know,
like all of this stuff. These are all just like Kiwi Farms narratives that just get like
he might be on Kiwi Farms, dude. We really don't know.
Perpetuated infinitely. It's just like the most cringy. Like it's not like I have to be. In these people's eyes, I have to be like a serial rapist,
That's what
Harvey,
I'm saying,
whatever.
Dude.
Like there has to be some way to explain
Harvey
something
Dent.
because either
Two-faced. That was a complicated and in-depth joke that none of you understood. So I just gave it to you before you had time to think.
they feel like I should be a virgin, or they're sad that their viewership sucks, or they're sad that nobody, vibes on their content. Like there has to be like some reason. There's got to be something to explain. It's like that's the one we're going with. Like.
Oh, I had this.
I mean, I agree. You don't have to sensationalize. He's just a bad guy. He's not really worth engaging with. But this is kind of the nature of the internet, and Destiny engages in the sensationalization too. So let's not pretend that it's like a one-sided thing. No.
And I have this access.
Okay.
And it all, like you said, there's a system to him doing this. It's a pattern. That he's not the first guy to ever do this with women.
True.
Or whatever relationship people are in. It's not a brand new thing to him. So
Thems.
Well, listen, I don't know how long you feel myself. This is difficult for me. I used to be a Destiny orbiter back in the day.
Guys, I love trans people. Okay, Indigo White is my favorite trans creator. I gotta stop. We're getting too close to this on here.
This is very, very tough for me.
I know a long time ago, but like I said, I really.
That's my favorite non-binary creator.
really respect how watching you over time. So.
One thing I will never.
Damn, watching Chud Logic. I mean, that's the same as watching Papa Gut over time, bro. God bless. Here's my thing about Papa Gut. Here's my thing about Papa Gut and any other online slop creator, because we like to do the drama. We're fun. Hey, I'm the white Wendy Williams. I love the drama. You know what I mean? I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a catty bitch. Do not tell people in public that you watch our content, okay? Because it's fucking cringe. The fact that you're watching me is kind of cringe, and it's okay. We love cringe. We love drama. We love slop. We love sometimes talking about important stuff, but for the most part, just shitting and farting. But you should be a little ashamed of yourself. If someone's like, what's your guilty conscience? Then you could say, Papa Gut. But outside of that, guys, what the fuck are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Don't admit you watch Papa Gut. Don't admit you watch Chud Logic. Don't admit that you watch any of these people. It's kind of weird. It's kind of cringe. And it's okay to have private cringe, but you don't need to be like those anime people who walk around with their waifus, because that's what it's like. When you sit here and you're like, guys, I like Papa Gut, I watch him all the time. You basically are just carrying around your cum-stained waifu pillow. Don't tell people about that. It's okay to have it, but it's like a tree. If it falls and no one's around, does anybody know about it? I don't know. We don't know. It's philosophical. Think about philosophy, right? Like the philosophy of femboys being more women than regular women because femboys try harder. And that's a philosophical question that you should all consider while you're pooping.
Never make the mistake of ever again, and this includes basically every single streamer friend in my life, that I will never, ever go out of my way to provide charity for any of these people. Because I remember when like Chud Logic was getting
when Schmingledorp, some random fuck
dogpiled on some what were at the time like bullshit allegations or whatever. I think I was because I'm one of the only people who would come out if somebody's actually getting dogpiled and be like, this is some bullshit. And I came out for Chud.
I came out for Chud Logic. And guys, just so you know, the only time that I come out for somebody is when I think that there's a reasonable chance that they will reciprocate that when I'm in a controversy myself, because every one of my movements is transactional. At least that's what ChatGPT told me. That's what Twitter's Grok told me about Destiny, dude.
Never, ever again will I waste my time doing anything like that. It's so, oh my God, it's so gross and crazy.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
Because when I say grooming, I have a resistance to that, and I have to think, okay, is this just some sort of latent DGG defense mode kicking in? But I guess the thing is for me, is I always categorize grooming as in regards to more so children. Do you know what I mean? And it's quite a strong word. But I think I can see what you mean. It's like there's a system at play, bringing people in, they come on stream.
How is KF able to exist when it only exists to mass harass people? I mean, there's nothing illegal about harassing people. There's nothing really even illegal about doxing people. So
relationship.
Is doxing illegal? Oh, it's not always illegal, but it can be used to commit other crimes. Oh shit, he's been legal. He's been on his legal game, baby.
Yeah. We can say it. He Harvey Weinstein.
Didn't Destiny also cut off Chud because he wouldn't fire his editor?
What?
No. What?
I don't know what's
the issue that I had with Chud. Also, I never cut anybody off. Sometimes I just won't do content with people anymore. But the issue that I have with Chud Logic is that Chud Logic hosts the Kiwi Farms equivalent of on Discord, which is Spicy Chat, which is basically another group of people that are obsessed with me and talk about my show way too much. But it's just like a crazy, it's like a Kiwi Farms light, except it exists on Discord, and that's like a community that Chud Logic hosts that I didn't want like any closeness to. So I created, I think, a little bit of space. I didn't ever want to talk to DK. I don't think I cut Chud Logic off because of DK. I don't remember, but Chud might have cut me off because of DK, but
these women basically.
Wow, incredible.
We brought him in and tried to do we all know apparently the consent issue was a consent issue for Destiny. He has consent accidents apparently. If everything Pixie says is right, like it looks like there's an issue with him not understanding you can't do this.
The fuck is Spicy Chat? The fuck is Spicy Chat?
But he does. He uses his power. He uses his prestige. And I know you're not this, but people, Vosh would love this because Destiny's using.
Like I like how there's never, ever, 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 ever been a shred of evidence ever pointing this out in any way, size, shape, or form. But it's always like the predominant narrative, largely because Kiwi Farms
don't Google it. Very strange stuff comes up.
Pushes it, and everybody that hates me loves to slurp it up. But like,
I don't even think Destiny's worth hating. He's kind of pathetic. Why would I hate anything pathetic, dude?
power in a position of power, and it's all about power and who controls the power. And this is really one of them.
Destiny was mad Chud didn't hide his Lauren Southern debacle. Is that what it is? I have no idea.
And sure, he sweet talked these women. It's like, oh, I love you. You're great. You're cool.
Baby,
I'm just a silly little gooner. And he used all of that and then took advantage of it.
I love
this, manipulating women like this. He's not the first time
and
to do this.
if it's quite alright,
just on a side
I
note with your
need
own
you,
perspective on this.
Pixie,
Are there like debates where you've had like very fractious disagreements with Destiny?
to
that, like,
on
people are trying to point you to
those
say, well, why is this-
lonely nights. I need you, Pixie. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty Pixie, I won't send your news to 19-year-old ego kittens so I can impress them. Oh, wait, it's not impression. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just want them to look at my dick and go, oh my God, it's so big. And you fuck me good and that girl too. All right, it's getting cringe. Do not fucking clip that, dude. I'm cutting it out of the fucking video. Cutting that out of the video. We're 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 cutting that out of the video. Cutting that out of the video. So here's the problem, guys. I'm going to explain something to you as we're having a little too much fun tonight. We're not taking this as seriously as we need to because, frankly, this topic is boring as fuck. I have ADHD, and I've actually started taking Vyvanse about 4 years ago, and ever since then, I stopped engaging in this behavior of gooning on stream. So, but I'm off my Vyvanse now, and I had a little accident. Just know I did not take the Vyvanse to change this particular behavior. I took the Vyvanse to change a different behavior so I could study more. It just happened to stop me from being a gooner. And so that's why I'm innocent. It's incredible. It's incredible. So just so you know, I'm not actually guilty. And I'm tired of this orbit of people that hate me. They're jealous of me. They're jealous of my name. They're jealous of my height. They're jealous of my fame. They're jealous of me being on Piers Morgan. It's incredible.
It's Destiny. You hate the guy.
I've never been on with Destiny, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sure there's a lot of things we disagree about fundamentally on a political level.
And ironically, I have like the most fucking insane sugar rush right now. I'm not even kidding. Like, what it is I haven't eaten at all today, except for like that breakfast that I ate on stream. That was like half of my wife and I each bought a breakfast, and we ate overall half of it. Then I came home, and I just ate the rest of it by myself. Very sugary. Very sugary. And so a lot of sugar rush hitting me pretty hard. So it's incredible.
Maybe philosophical level, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sure he likes drinking water. I like drinking water. He likes oxygen. I like oxygen. I'm assuming he likes cats and dogs. I like cats and dogs. So there's some common ground.
I'm not a big fan. I think that we could do with less cats and dogs.
Sure, and this is okay. This is something that I've tried to wrangle my head around as a fucking
Bro, sugar rush is crazier to me than alcohol, I'll tell you.
layman. But it's like this idea of you can't talk about something, right? To me, seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing.
If you're unaware, this attorney has a KF account and is active in your thread. Oh, what's his name on Kiwi Farms? I probably read stupid posts
What's his name?
by him before because there was a lot of stupid legal analysis in the Kiwi Farms thread.
What the hell are you reading about it all day for? Seems a little bad for your mental, bud.
Well, I just assumed it was all non-lawyer people, but again, lawyers can be retards. So
Oh,
Yeah.
stop it,
Can't talk about
please!
something, right? To me, seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing if they're accused of something. I feel I've tried to wrangle my head around as a fucking layman. But it's like this idea of you can't talk about something.
Yeah.
Right? To me, seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing if they're accused of something. I feel like, without question. Neil Gaiman did it and other examples.
I already explained this. I don't know if this video went up before or after, but I
What is this from? Is this like a second Chud Logic channel?
mean, if you've seen now my statement and everything, now you understand where that came from. Because for me to talk about it means that it's going to be really brutal for the person on the other side of this lawsuit. And it would be nice to avoid that and give them more space to make a statement. But obviously that is not possible because that other person decided that they would rather me do the other things. It's like, okay, well, fuck it then, I guess. But that was the reason why. The more that you attack the other side prior to any kind of stuff being filed, then the less maneuverability both sides have before any actual complaint is filed. He's not going to say that over here. He's going to say, oh, if he's innocent, he's innocent.
Like, what is the story there? And how does it fit into how Destiny's claimed that himself?
What do you mean as far as Destiny not talking about something?
Well, okay, so just a little bit more. So Destiny has said, at points, I can't talk about this because it could negatively impact my legal case.
Yeah.
But seemingly has spoken about it repeatedly.
Yes.
People keep saying this, spoken about it repeatedly. It's the question is not.
Okay, Destiny, I'm on so much of Ivance right now. I need you to tell me what to think, please. Just please explain to me how that's actually a malicious narrative from a disgusting Kiwi's Farm adjacent community. Please tell me. I need you to tell me that. I don't know what to think.
Speaking anything about anything whatsoever. It's making specific claims
Yes!
about the actual claims of the
Of
lawsuit.
course!
Like, I'll
This
say
makes so
shit
much
like,
sense.
oh, I think these people are being greedy or whatever. Like, oh,
Yes!
no, you couldn't talk about it. But no,
Yes,
that's
of
not
course.
addressing the specific claims. Like, a
Yes,
lawsuit
of
isn't
course.
just like,
Thank
how
you.
bad of a guy is this
These guys are such fools. Thank you for telling me what to think.
guy? Okay,
Yes.
he's super bad.
Super
And now
bad.
anytime he says anything, it's going to make him even worse. No, it has to do related to, like, particular causes of action that are going to be, if it ever gets this far, which who knows, like...
And I'm guessing,
As an attorney,
yeah, go on.
I mean, any attorney worth his salt is going to tell you, you better have lips like a statue. Do not talk about this. You know, and Destiny's done, you know, if I was Destiny's attorney, I'd be like, you got the Trump stuff, run yourself ragged over Trump, just keep ignoring it. Do not talk about it.
Yeah.
It's the best answer for him.
Well, yeah, his attorney would tell him that, and then Destiny would be like, okay, I'm going to have to weigh that in, but I still feel like I need to talk about it because I need to slowly insert something into the narrative right now.
But he can't. He's already talked about it a ton as the situation has unfolded. But yes, from here on out, he should really shut up and not talk about it anymore. Talking about it will not help him. He's not
Free
going to talk his
legal
way out of it.
counsel.
All he's going to do is make it worse.
It's why okay. I don't know why I'm going over this. Let's say theoretically, let's say that I sue somebody.
Let's say hypothetically, there was a giant marshmallow, and let's say hypothetically it crash landed on the Earth. What if? You decide. I don't know.
For let's say that I find
say,
a white person,
and
and I get my black friend to sue that person.
Yes.
And I'm going to say, hey, I want you to accuse him
Of racism.
of calling you the N-word 450 times.
That's
while raping your
crazy.
whole family. Okay.
What?
Calling you the N-word 450 times while raping your whole family.
It's, you know what's so crazy about that? Why are you so comfortable saying that word? Okay. And I know this sounds like silly, like, oh, Papa Gut. Like you seem a little, that's a little silly. That's a little silly. That's a little bit silly. Why would you say that? You seem a little too, let's say, a little sensitive. I'm a sensitive boy. Sensitive guy. It's just in the real world, people don't say that word without feeling yucky. You know what I mean? And I know it seems silly, but it's just like, why are you so comfortable with that word, dude? It's just silly. That's all I'm saying. Just kind of a regular dude's interpretation. You know? Just a regular dude's interpretation. Like, that just seems a little, we don't need to go there. I know the constant defense is like, well, we're doing an analogy. We got to be extreme. We don't have to be. No, we don't have to be extreme. But I guess you want to be extreme. It's all good, brother. It's all good. It's all good. Could have thrown a rock at the guy. You know what I mean? Hey, that guy threw a rock at me. Nah, he's got to be a little crazier than that. He's got to be a little bit crazy. He can't just throw a rock. That's not a crime, obviously. You know, but a violent assault, now that's crazy. Wild work. Although, I'm implying the violence of it, but it's, I'm sorry.
Okay. Go ahead and sue him, right?
Yeah. Do him.
That process could take 1 to 3 years.
That's crazy.
Depending upon everything from start to finish.
Now, in this analogy, does this white person tell the black person, I'm really sorry for doing that? In private DMs on Discord? And then when it comes out, not to refute it? And just try to spin a narrative? Or is that not part of this analogy?
If the person's cap, theoretically, for damages on some particular action is really low, or if it's not, if on the merits of the case doesn't seem very likely to succeed, the idea that, like, as a famous person, if you're not a famous person, if you're just an ordinary person, then you generally don't say anything. But as a famous person who stands more to lose from the bad publicity than from anything a court could do, there are reasons why you might make a statement, which should be incredibly fucking obvious if you know anything at all about dealing with celebrities or tort.
Well, here's my thing. I'm a lawyer.
And at best, it has no effect, but that's going to be really, like, that's the best case scenario. The more likely scenario is he's not going to help himself, and the more you talk.
You know, he could have just said, check this out. I don't know if you guys would resonate with this. This one's a little tougher for you guys. It's a little bit tougher for you idiots. Instead of that whole rant, he could have been like, you know, guys, I'm a celebrity, so I kind of have to come forward with as much as I can to defend myself. But that one, you fucking idiots would have never understood. He had to bring a black guy, his whole family getting raped, and the N-word being thrown at him at the same time. That's what we had to do. We got to do it. We can't just say, hey, guys, I'm like a popular guy. I need to defend my I need to also defend, my or come up with a statement to try to preserve my legacy and myself. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to come up with an insane scenario about an assault and the N-word. I don't know what the fuck. It's just the thought is a little strange. It's just an interesting thought to have. I don't often find myself making exaggerated situations where I talk about that stuff. But you want to know what, guys? I don't got the big bucks either. I'm a poor little loser, paid for by Ethan Klein with my Teddy Fresh on, but no hat. Of course, I didn't get a hat. I have to buy this myself. I'm Knuff. Probably better than any Teddy Fresh hat, But then again, how would anybody know I wear hats? You would never know. You would never know I wear hats at all. Take, for instance, let's say you're somebody and you're a popular content creator. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just being silly, but I'm going to get to this. And you only really use your Instagram. And you're like, oh, man, this Papa Gut guy, I wonder if he wears hats. Let's watch some of his content. Let's see. Now, I have some extra editing going on here. There's no hat here, admittedly. Hat. How would I know that this guy likes hats? How would I know this guy likes hats? That guy has a hat too. Right? How would I ever know? Goose. hat, goose. That was the joke. It's incredible. I'm just being silly. I'm very thankful. I like the stuff they sent me. It's very comfortable, very nice.
Those are now more things that her attorneys
Whoa!
get the download they can hold on to, and Destiny tries to goes, I never said that. Play. And then this is what you just said, and now he's gonna have to explain that. So that's why you don't talk about it. The more you talk, the more our job is to figure out how to use your words against you.
That's so true, King.
If we can.
Sure. Can you just explain this discrepancy? Because you're saying that a legal person will say, don't speak on this. But then, like say, Neil
These don't even seem to be good faith attempts to disagree with you. No, it's just like another character assassination.
I mean, all you really...
Character
assassination. Incredible. All you really say here is like, listen, it's very interesting that there's a lot of small-time content creators that will come forward and they will say, I'm going to pass some kind of like a judgment about your particular circumstance, despite the fact that you've never been in my circumstance. So, for instance, this lawyer guy, he's not a content creator. Shot Logic, very small content creator. Papa Gut as well. This isn't a shot at Judge Logic, just to be clear. You're never going to understand what it's like to have like this kind of a big atmosphere weighing down upon you. So I have to come forward and I have to blah, 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 blah. That's all he has to say to be reasonable. Instead, we got to come up with wild ass scenarios about some crazy shit.
Arc. This is what everybody does. Whatever, anything to...
statement, releases a statement and says, I've never done anything non-consensually. So how does that spin out?
Never.
I'm sure he probably cleared that through PR and a legal team.
Right.
But he's also not online, or he's not in the media all the time. Like, he's not talking all the time like Destiny. Talks 5-6 hours a day, every day.
Whoa, this guy's on at least 9-10 hours a day, dude. You're getting a little crazy with that.
And, there's if it's a limited thing, that's sometimes, but even then, a lot of attorneys will say, sorry, we're not saying nothing. Sometimes that's a better idea, but for somebody like him, PR might be involved, and they might have their own ideas, but there's no guarantee that's the right answer either. I mean, I've never had to deal with somebody that big, but I always tell my clients, like, just shut up.
Yeah,
you gain nothing by talking.
Oh, hey, good job. You've never dealt with any large clients before. Then that's fine. Then why opine on this?
Oh, dude, he fucking got him, bro. This is crazy. Destiny is so based. Destiny's my favorite content creator ever. He's so fucking base all the time, bro. It's insane.
If you aren't going to read that statement and go, oh, well, he said he didn't do it, I guess he didn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's never going to convince anyone.
Yeah.
Sure. So from your perspective then, as a legal expert, you would say that it's unlikely that the legal team are going to be satisfied or happy with how he's talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure they probably, that's assuming he has a legal team. I mean, what does he have? Who knows? That's the bigger thing there. He says he's talking to his team. I mean, are you really? Like, that's the other issue.
Probably, yeah. Sure, he's trying to spend no expense is too small to figure this out.
I can't imagine any attorney who's watching this and saying, oh, this is good. Because watching him talk about this.
But then again, if an attorney's watching this, it's kind of pathetic. Why did Gila cry yesterday?
Terrifying.
Did she find out about the AI kissing video somebody made of us? It's fucking disgusting, by the way.
If I'm trying to defend him.
That's interesting, actually, because there's one point in his recent, like yesterday's stream when he spoke about this a bit more. And I think he said something like, I've gone with a more aggressive legal team. Like, does that mean anything to you?
I mean, he may have tried to get some attorneys who are like hard chargers and fire breathers.
Big
but
balls,
we'll go online to
big
the
cocks and
Pacer filings. That's the federal court stuff. I'll send you a link. I don't know if you've ever used it before. You can find the federal court thing where everything that gets put, it's all done electronically. So the day it happens, it's up. We'll see if an attorney enters an appearance because he's got 21 days to respond from the 18th. In between that time, if he retains counsel, they'll enter their appearances. So we'll know if he's got a legal team. We'll know what's going on. But right now, I'm assuming he's probably full of shit. I don't think he's got legal team because
Oh, is it the kids that were killed by Hamas, the Jewish kids that were returned home, and then like the mom wasn't actually returned home; it was like a different corpse or something? That shit's fucking terrible.
I just can't imagine it at this point.
I mean,
Maybe
that sounds insane. I mean, but I don't know.
he wouldn't be the first guy. I mean, to be fair, when Pixie said I'm gonna get legal counsel, I thought, don't talk about.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say, a lot of these guys are.
Fuck, I can't. Guys, I'm gonna. God, here's a lot of these things. These guys are like, I'm gonna stop myself right here. And this way, what you think I'm about to say is like super true, super honest, super interesting. I shouldn't talk about it. This is privileged information. It's just going to you guys, my lucky few that are gonna watch. Here we go, baby.
No, I don't want to sound like an elitist.
No, can't do it.
What's the term? Penny lawyer or whatever?
There he is. I don't want. Hey guys, I don't want to. Oh, maybe here it is. Hey,
lawyers are like restaurants.
Yes,
you go into a restaurant.
Yes,
somebody hands you a menu.
Oh,
and they
yes.
have like.
I've been thinking this exact thing. He's saying exactly what I feel and think. But I love this guy so much. He says exactly what I'm feeling, exactly what I'm thinking, and I have a literal fucking. I literally have a traumatic brain injury, so I need somebody to express things for me.
Different items to choose from. None of them are probably going to be that good.
True, dude.
If you go to a restaurant and you want a really good restaurant, they probably specialize on a certain type of food.
Yeah.
It might be the case.
For instance, like all these English places specialize in Italian food because English food tastes like shit. It's fucking true.
So you're at one restaurant that specializes in steak, and then you want really, really, really good sushi. You probably wouldn't go to the same steakhouse and see what they have on the sushi menu. You'd probably.
Well, here's the thing: steakhouses also have sushi at some of them. It's called a Japanese steakhouse. Domo arigato, sir. It's an incredible thing. I don't know if you know about this. A Japanese steakhouse. They have Japanese, they have steak, and they have houses, but they also have sushi. I don't know if you guys know this. It's incredible.
Probably go to a place that specializes in sushi.
Probably.
Unless you're going to
probably
IHOP or Denny's or something.
Yeah. And if I wanted the freshest sushi, probably go after 19-year-old girls with bipolar disorder. Oh. Okay.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I can't.
Me neither, dude.
These guys are
it's crazy.
Clowns. But anyway, take a deep breath.
I've never had decent English food. Let me tell you something. I have had decent English food. That's the pinnacle of English food. Decent. Just so you know. Okay. Are we done?
Jesus.
I think we're done. Trump's lawyers.
I want to knock you up again. Jesus. Elon Musk's baby mama.
Ooh, Elon Musk. Took a shit.
But it's really gross when people like Gisticle, whose information I hope I can find soon.
What are you doing? You're coming on here and you're like, I hope I could find someone's docs. Does it make you feel like a strong man when you try to weaponize your position as a content creator to try to bully other people into silence? How many videos have you made about other topics and content creators? How much have you harped and obsessed on other people?
Because I'm one of the only people who come out if somebody's actually getting dogpiled. And I came out for Chud.
I came out for Chud Logic. And guys, the only time that I come out for somebody is when I think that there's a reasonable chance that they will reciprocate, because every one of my movements is transactional.
If you want to be schizophrenic, it's like gang stalking, unironically though.
Dude, you hear the victim mentality language? It's actually insane.